Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Let me try and put myself. Hold on 1 second. Hey, everybody. Can people hear me? I don't know. Can you hear me? Hey, everybody. Can people hear me? I don't know. Can you hear me? Okay. I think we are on. I want to welcome everybody who's watching. Thank you for being here. We are reviewing Ladies to Love. No, not Ladies to ready to love DMV. I don't know whether it's DMV or Potomac. One of those. One of those. Um, let's see. We're gonna start with the ladies' lounge, right? So there, Tommy comes in. And he meets with the girls and he tells the girls, we shall be at the end of this episode, at the end of this, we shall be sending one of these gentlemen home. And at that point I'm thinking it has to be Paul, because I did not know that Paul had this connection with Precious. Okay, I did not know that. So anyway, so they meet up and they say, and then he tells the girls, we shall be introducing we two people. Was it that time? Yeah. Dakia was supposed to be sent on a blind date. He picked Dakia to be to go on a blind date, right? And so Dakia is looking good when she shows up. She is beautiful. My gosh, look at that. She is amazing. I love her. Such an accomplished black woman. She owns a dance studio. She's an engineer. She's a system engineer. And I was like, thank you. I mean, these black women have accomplished so much, and I feel bad when they are dating people who are saying, I can pay a bill or two. A bill or two? It's a system engineer. She owns a dance studio. You know what I'm saying? I went to the website of her dance studio. Oh my gosh. All women in all the positions. All women. I'm here for her. All positions. She works with black women, and all the girls who are on her website, black beautiful girls who are doing ballet. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with this girl. I really am. You see, she is and then she's a cancer survivor, right? I mean, this woman deserves the world. She does. And she's like, you know what, I am 39. Okay, I'm not young. I do not if I become a mother, I want to be in a, you know I want my kids to be raised in a two household, like, no, two parent household, right? So you have to respect that, right? You have to respect that. So she meets Eric. Okay, she meets Eric. There is Eric. Look at that. Look at that hug. We are going to talk about hugs in this live. We're going to talk about a lot about hugs, because we saw some you know what I'm saying? We saw some side hugs. We're gonna talk about that, because listen, you cannot compare that hug and that hug. Look at that. Well, that's AP. AP is meeting Clay for the first time. Okay, it's a blind date. Okay, she is new. She's being introduced into the group. But let's go back. Let's go back to Dakia. Let's go back to Dakia for a minute, because I loved their conversation. I said, oh my gosh, Dakia, Eric is your guy, right? He's accomplished so much. He was married at 18. Okay. He was married at 18. And he realized, things didn't work. I mean, at 18, you're young, right? So we cannot hold that against him. And then they introduced this girl, all right? They did introduce that girl, right? They introduced S. No, what's her name? Let's see. They did introduce AP. Mm-hmm. Okay. So before we get to that, Eric is a celebrity chef. He's a system engineer, just like Dakia, right? Um, and so it's a good fit. I feel like they fit each other very well, right? So anyway, and then Cliff meets AP. Cliff is here meeting AP, and what does he do? Side hug. Side hug. I mean, come on now, Cliff. You can do better. You can do better than this. Seriously, you can do better than this. He was not feeling her. And guess what? She was not feeling him either. She was not feeling him. No, nope. She was not feeling him. In fact, she says, what's this guy thing? Okay. Anyway, she says, oh my gosh, you remind me of somebody. You remind me of my brother. Now, that in itself kills everything, kills the mood. I mean, Cliff is not feeling it. Everybody's not feeling it. It's like, let's just eat. Let's just enjoy this food. Let's have a good time. Let's eat. Okay. So anyway, first of all, I did not know that Cliff was married twice. I also did not know that he has a 17-year-old, like he has two kids, right? I don't know. I missed that information. I didn't. But so the date ended. I mean, AP she lost her husband. She's been married for 10 years, and she says that she is now ready to love. We're gonna have to find out. I don't know who is a good fit for her in this season in the cast, because she's interested in Demetrius. I don't think that's a good. I don't know. We'll have to find it. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so then Dakia sets she's supposed to to introduce Eric to the girls, right? So she has this date with Joy, Dakia, S, Cornelius, Jesus, Cornelius. Cornelius, what's up with this? What is it with the cat? I mean, what's happening, Cornelius? What is happening? He says, "Oh, I lost my cat," and Joy is trying to engage with him, and he's like, "You know what? Just draw. You're gonna have to draw. Hi, Ellen. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for hanging out with me." I'm talking about Cornelius and his cat, because listen, I mean, I don't know if it was the right place or the right time for it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And Joy is like, you know what? I don't think I can take you seriously when you start telling me, to start painting your cat. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? The thing is, when Dakia took, I mean, said, told Cornelius, let's sit outside, let's chit chat, and they were talking, and he started saying, okay, I want children, but I don't think I necessarily need marriage. What are you doing here at Ready to Love? What are you doing? Cornelius, what are you doing? And when we were introduced to Cornelius, in fact, I thought that he's a good fit for Ace. But at this point, I was like, no, Ace, don't waste your time. Do not waste your time, right? So anyway, so Dakia is talking to him, and he said, oh, I want children, but I don't necessarily think of marriage. So I'm like, okay, so the dude, what's happening? We are not doing that. So Joy meets with talks to Eric, and Eric is like, you know what, there's something about Joy that I like. Of course, Joy, she's a lovely girl, she has great energy, who doesn't want Joy? Unfortunately, Cliff has his eyes on her. All right. Anyway, so the next one is what happens? Well, yeah, we talked about that. Cornelius is hesitant about marriage. He wants kids, but he doesn't want any marriage, right? And then we have Paul. Paul meets with Sabrina. Okay. Paul meets with Sabrina. Okay. He's talking about how, he has been a business oriented guy, right? And Sabrina is like, that's a good thing. But also, I don't want my relationship to be like a business thing, right? Because, Paul is saying, you know what? No, Sabrina is asking, are you able to enjoy the moment? That was heavy. I loved that. That was heavy. Mm-mm. Yep. Yeah. Sabrina is saying, you know what? Are you ready? Are you able to enjoy the moment? Look at that. Look at that. I love that. I first of all, I loved whoever did the production this episode. I loved it. I love the date of between Dakia and Eric. I loved it. Whoever did it, because we needed that. We needed, she's talking about her cancer. Eric is talking about his uncle who is going through treatment, chemo, and all that. It wasn't too much. And then this conversation over here between Sabrina and Paul, she's saying, you know what? I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what it is that you need, but I don't think you're a guy for me. In the last season, they would just add it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? What just happened? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, nobody thought that Paul is gonna be a good fit for Sabrina. We just say, no, nope. We never thought that. So anyway, let's go. Well, so then she said, you know what? You're gonna be fine. I mean, you're gonna be fine. It's Paul. Paul is a good-looking man, right? He's accomplished guy, a black man who has accomplished so much. So, we acknowledge that, but this is not just a good fit. It's not a good fit for Sabrina, right? And then then on that, when she was talking about that, then she tells him, I see you as a friend, I see you as a mentor. I see. You just didn't have to go there. You just didn't have to go there. Mentor, you don't have to go there. But Pio, yes, Pio. Oh, Damita, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Um, and then what happened next? Okay, so then there is this group date. AP is being introduced to the rest of the people, right? They go bowling. So there's Laverne, there is Joy, Paul, AP, and Demetrius, right? Was it that? Yes, it was. It was. Now, somebody tell me, because I don't know what's wrong with this dude and his butt. What is it? Why does he want everybody to touch his butt? He wanted Carmen to touch his butt. Now he wants Joy. I love what Joy said. Joy was like, you know what? These hands of mine belong. They don't belong to you. They belong to that dude right there. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm not interested in touching that. I'm not gonna touch your butt. I'm gonna touch this dude. Okay? Yes. Because when he met Carmen, he was like, touch it, touch my butt, touch. No, no. Joy was like, my hands are holy. My hands are holy. They belong to this dude. They belong to this dude. Listen, I was excited about that. Yes. Um, so anyway, AP, she meets them, she's having a good time. At least it's not like the date she had with Cliff, right? Because Cliff was just there giving some. Listen, when you meet somebody and you're trying to impress them and then give you that kind of a hug, really, they give you that kind of a hug instead of this kind of a hug. Like, what's happening? So you already know where you belong. You already know. You already know that, he's not feeling me, I'm not feeling him. And then you tell him that he looks like your brother. Sis. Then there's another group date. Now, I don't know how I'm feeling about these group dates. Sometimes, I enjoy having these conversations, like, when the Kia meet Eric. We enjoy this kind of a conversation they're having, right? And then Paul and Sabrina, I enjoyed that date. They were having a good conversation. We understood because sometimes some people are just not for you, right? So this group date at the bowling, especially, it was so noisy, loud. You don't get to hear what everybody is saying. But anyway, then there's another group date. They are going around DC, checking out everything. And here they are. Here they are. So, AP seated next to Wiley. Now, who told them to sit together? She's already looking at him like, you are my student. I am a professor. I taught people like you. How old are you? 32. Oh, and you want children? I have 2 of my own. I don't think I'm ready to have other children. I don't think she said that. I'm just adding that. And she says, like, you know what? I just cannot stop seeing him as one of my students. Now, this AP girl, she met Cliff, looks like my brother. She met AP, he looks like one of my students. I don't know. I feel like she might have a good connection with Paul. Now, this guy is going to kill me if I say that. Did you see her raising her hand? She's like, excuse me, I have a statement. I have a statement. I need to make everybody know that Paul is a good guy. We are vibing. We are having a good time. He has a balance. Listen, okay? But guys, you know what I said? I said that Wiley, in the last live I did, I was like, you know what? Wiley would have been such a good fit in the last season because we had younger girls. The only young girl we have here is Precious, and Precious is not feeling him. Precious is not feeling him. Precious is not feeling him. Sabrina, her eyes is on Demetrius. That's why she kept saying, why? Why is Demetrius not coming for me? But then Demetrius is like, what? Let me watch this heifers. Let me see what they are doing. Let's see how that they're interacting with other guys. I do not have to compete with anybody. Demetrius is, listen. Let's talk about the date. Cliff and Joy. Well, Joy was about to kill the guy with the coconut allergies. First of all, how did Joy know that Cliff had allergies? I did not know as a viewer. I didn't know. So the conversation that they've been having, yes, they haven't really showed much. If Demetrius, yeah, I agree. Cliff and Joy. I'm saying, the conversation that all these cast members have been having behind the scenes, because Joy seemed to know that, oh my gosh, he's allergic to coconut, right? But anyway, they got into a deep conversation, when Joy is talking about her dad passed, and she was raised by her dad. And, Cliff is talking about, how he lost his dad at a very young age, early 20s. He says 23? I think he said 23, But I still didn't understand. Up until this episode, I didn't know that Cliff was married twice. Is that a red flag? Is it a red flag? I mean, Joy has no children. You know what I'm saying? She's never been married. Listen, listen, but I enjoy that because you can really see that they have a connection. They have a strong connection. They really do. Now, I hope, SC, I was thinking, when they got to eliminate people, I was like, why are they eliminating people? I haven't seen Carmen meet Cornelius. Who knows what we didn't see that. I don't think they met, and now they're eliminating him even before he met, before meeting Carmen. you know. But anyway, again, we don't get to see all these dates. We never get to see all these dates. So let's see. And then comment. Yeah. So then they get to ladies' lounge. Now these things start getting interesting, right? They get to ladies' lounge, and everybody's being asked, what is your strongest connection? You know, um, what is your strongest connection? Now this dude over here, I don't think he's a good fit for Ace. I really don't. Do you guys think that he's a good fit for Ace? Hmm? I don't know. I mean, Ace needs somebody who is stable. This guy just wants everybody to touch his butt. Like, son, no, really. I know, Demeter, listen. I was like, oh my gosh, Cornelius and his cat. Mm-mm. Mm. Yeah, I know. That me too. That got me. That got me. I was like, last night I kept saying, oh my gosh, is he serious? What's happening? Yes, Demeter, me too. I don't see it. I don't see it. Mm-mm. Because Laverne, remember, Laverne kept saying, when he met Carmen, he said, "Oh, she's everything. She's all this." And we'll have to wait and see. But I don't think. In fact, I thought, I felt like Eric was a good fit for Dakia for sure. But I can also see Eric with Ace. Can you see? Can you guys see Ace? Yeah, I can also see Ace with the cat picture. Hmm. Oh Lord Jesus. Listen, I can she is so calm. She is, the way she speaks, she doesn't she actually doesn't strike me like, a girl who likes confrontations. She just like that's when the last episode when they went on a date, she said, you know what, I don't want to, I want everybody to have their own time. If you're having a conversation, I don't want to come there and be rude. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't deserve Laverne. She doesn't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Of course, we know Joy and Cliff. Of course. When they were going to the ladies' lounge, I knew for sure Paul. Okay. I knew Paul. I never thought that Cornelius is gonna be in the list. Serious. Wiley for sure. I knew. Wiley. I don't know. Wiley might be saved by anybody who comes after this because the girls who are there right now, they are not for him. He's just too young. He's just too young. Okay. So anyway, then Carmen says Cliff, her and Cliff have a strong connection. Says the guy is thinking that you're Jesus with a blue baby Jesus. And you're here talking about a connection with Cliff. Cliff doesn't like you. Cliff doesn't like you, and he's not shy to say so. He's like, I don't mind the boobs. I don't mind the ass. But those contacts, and by the way, I went to her IG. I went to Carmen's IG. She is gorgeous. She's beautiful. And she's also have accomplished so much. I feel like Black women have accomplished so much. And so when you're trying to bring guys to date them who are saying, you know what, I can chip in a bill or two, that's an insult. Sis, it is an insult. Don't come here. This is a system engineer. Okay? She's a system engineer. She has her own dance studio. And then you're gonna, not now, but I'm saying in the last episode, we know the guy who could not pay a bill or two. I'm like, why? We have accomplished Black men out here. Why are you not hooking them up with these accomplished Black women? Don't bring us a guy who is saying, you know what, maybe a bill or two. Mm-mm. Sis, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. But we haven't seen any much of Demetrius. I haven't seen it. Sabrina's eyes are on Demetrius, right? This is my guy. I want this guy. And Tori too, right? Sabrina is saying, you know what, my number one is Demetrius and Tori. I don't know about Tori and Sabrina. You know, when a girl loves like somebody and her eyes on this particular person, she's gonna do everything to get there. I feel like Sabrina is saying, you know what, my eyes are on Demetrius. You know, Tori is a second choice. Troy, sorry, Troy. He he's a handsome too. He's a real estate guy, so he has good money too. I think. I mean, this is an expensive city to live. So if you're an agent over there, you're making good money for sure. Oh, and then Precious. Okay, she's raising her hand. She's saying, "Excuse me, I want to make a statement." This now they're in the ladies' lounge. She's saying, you guys, I want to make a statement about Paul. Okay, you guys don't understand. Paul balances me. Paul, but see, those are the days we have not seen. And I understand that we only have a specific amount of time in this in every episode. But guys, if we want us to follow the love story, if you want to, just like we have fallen in love with these two, just like we have fallen in love with these two, make us fall in love with her, right? Make us fall in love with her and Paul. You know, you don't get to choose and pick who it is that you want us to fall in love with. You know, everybody is now rooting for these two. Why are we not able to root for her and Paul? Why? Why can we root for these two? Why? You know, love is love. You know, just because, and sometimes I feel like, you know, physical appearances, you know, the way you look, the way, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Make us fall in love with these two just like the way the production wants us to fall in love with these two. Because love is love. Okay? Precious is saying, you know what? Precious is saying, you know, I like him. You know, we've been having deeper conversations. You know, he balances me. I want a guy who is gonna hold me down. Like, you know what? Let's enjoy the moment. Although, you know, Sabrina seems to think, Paul is not able to enjoy the moment. But Sabrina, I mean, Precious is saying, no, this is not what I have seen. Okay, this is not what I've seen. I have been able to enjoy myself with Paul. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this production people, but I have to give them credit because I really enjoyed the conversation that these two had. Even when, Sabrina said, you know what, you're not my kind of a guy, you know, because I'm so more like you, I want to focus on things and I'm not able to, I want to be able to enjoy the moment. That was good. You know, and she said, no, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. Okay. And then so yeah, so I listen, Carmen, stop. Cliff is not interested. Cliff is not interested. Cliff, the only person Cliff is interested in, boom. Now, compare that hug with that hug and that one. Really? beyond the four walls, you see, Precious talks a lot. Yeah, I know. But you guys, look at that. Look at that. So they are meeting for the first time. And they are meeting for the first time. Listen, when you meet somebody for the first time and they are able to finish their meal, there is no connection. I'm telling you. When you meet them and they're not nervous about it and they're able to finish their food, sis, go home and forget about it. It's not happening. It's not. It's not. This is what happened over here. Aside, listen, what? You cannot give me a hug? But anyway, then I cannot blame him because she kept saying, oh, you remind me of my brother. And this thing with her, with people reminding her, Wiley reminds me of my students. This guy reminds me of my brother. Girl. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And if you wanted to talk to Demetrius, you would have just walked. But I don't like this setting. I really don't like this setting. Okay? I don't know. I don't like it. She should have, if I just don't like the whole thing of the bus. It's like you're caged in one place. Even if you wanted to move around, there's no way to move. There's no way to move. I also don't like this dude being so. See, for the women, for us, we love our bodies. We enjoy, we appreciate, having a good body and all that. But for a dude to keep saying, my butt, touch my butt, too much, too much. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. He kept. Do you remember when he met Carmen? He was like, touch it, and now he's meeting her, and she, you touch it. And Joy is like, my hands belong to him. My hands belong to him, not you. We are not doing that. Look at that. I loved it. I was like, yes, Jesus. I'm here for it. I loved, loved, loved that. Um, so anyway, Dakia, listen, I don't know. So Dakia says, Cliff, I had my eyes on Cliff and Demetrius. I'm not sure if Cliff and Demetrius had their eyes on you. I mean, Cliff, we already know. We already know what's happening. We already know what's happening. He's see that's the thing I have. That's the problem I have with this show. Seriously, you guys, I have a problem with it because Cliff and Joy have such a beautiful, beautiful connection, just like these two, these two guys, right? They have not showed us the kind of they haven't showed us anything about this. That's why I was shocked. When she was raising her hand, I'm like, what, sis, why are you raising your hand? I don't remember anything about Paul and you. But production has not allowed us into their journey. They haven't, right? They haven't allowed us to follow them just like they have done with these two, which is unfair. Production has so much power so that if they want us to hate somebody, they're going to make us hate somebody. Can we talk about the last season? Because these two, they're, I love them. I love their connection. I love Joy. I love Joy, right? Um, but then I understand because she's open to seeing other people. She's open to doing other things. Maybe Camille and Cornelius of the last season, they were not open to doing those things. I don't know. But everybody is falling in love with this too. We want to fall in love with this too as well. I know she talks too much because sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, girl. We understand. But anyway, so Dakia says, I had my eyes on Cliff and Demetrius, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna say the same thing. But now Eric is here, and Eric and Dakia, yes. Oh my God! Did you guys see that picture of Eric and sharing, his parents? So sweet. I loved it. I loved it. And then the ladies who asked, "Who are you not feeling?" And they said Laverne. Laverne, he's messy. Takia said, and I agree, he is messy. That's why I'm feeling so bad about S. S is not supposed to be wasting her time with this dude. No. Mm-mm. Now, before I watch this show, if you had asked me who's gonna go home, I would have said Paul, because we did not get to see Precious and Paul, dating and going out on dates and all these things. Uh, but they're having a good time. The two of them are having a good time. Now, Cornelius, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. I mean, the guy wants children, but he doesn't want any marriage kind of a situation. Bruh, what are you saying? So you want children, but you're ready to love. You don't want commitment, but you're here. Why are you here? Why? Why? What are you doing here? You don't want commitment, and you're ready to love? Because for us, we are rooting for black love, which is going to lead to marriage. It's black love, marriage. It's not black love. It's not meeting somebody, a black woman who has accomplished so much. You want to have children with the person because you want children. That's what you told Akia. But then again, you're afraid of commitment. It seems like. But then you committed to this cat. If you committed to the cat, I mean, you can commit to a black woman. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. I'm not gonna attack his cat anymore. I will not attack his cat anymore. Confessions. Thank you, my sis. I love you. Thank you for being here. What I was saying is, Wiley doesn't belong here. But then again, they are introducing other people in the next episode, and we can see Precious is gonna get confused about Paul and whoever she's meeting. Wiley, thank God they're bringing somebody because there's nobody for Wiley at this moment. Okay, Ace is not your person. Sabrina is not your person. Dakia, of course not. Joy, of course not. Did we forget somebody? Carmen, of course not. I don't know. They should give us more time because I just didn't understand. Like I was saying in the beginning of this live, I said, I never got to see Carmen meet Cornelius, and who knows if they would have formed any type of a connection. But then again, they don't get to show us everything because at this point I'm like, you know what, AP, she's meeting the girls for the first time. Did she even get a chance to meet Cornelius? Or was Cornelius just busy over here? Oh, Lord Jesus. Listen, maybe Cornelius was just mourning. Listen, I'm not saying anything about the cat, even though if you have a pet, but just don't do it when we are trying to have a good time. When we are trying to have a good time, okay, let's just have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Listen, when Cornelius was introduced, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm happy. I like him. It's a good fit for Ace. And then he started talking about things, he wants children, but he doesn't want marriage. He wants children. Listen, my mind. But, I don't see Wiley. Well, I don't know who's going to be introduced in the next episode. But if you don't bring somebody who's going to connect with Wiley, I don't think Wiley is going to go anywhere. All right. So I can see Precious. Precious was raising her hand. I grew up in Africa, Kenya, and, we would raise our hands whenever we want to speak. And so she's raising her hand. She's like, excuse me, I need to say something. I have a response. I don't know whether it's a response or a statement. She's like, I need to make a statement about my man. Now, girls, listen. This is what I'm talking about. This is the real love. It is. It is real love. She's like, excuse me. I need to talk about Paul. Paul balances me. Paul is a good guy. And Paul is not going home. You could see her, doing those, the facial, whenever everybody was talking about, Paul is a good guy, but I just don't have this. See, if I was in this ladies' lounge and somebody is talking about my guy that I'm having a connection with, and they're saying, you know what, he's a good guy, but I don't see any romantic connection, I'll be like, hallelujah. I don't have to fight that hard, right? I don't have to fight so hard. Thank you, Jesus. I don't want my guy to be everybody's like, you know what? He's like, I want that guy. I want that guy. I want that guy. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I want like, you know what? I don't care for him that much. Yes, that's it. That's the guy I want. I'm telling you. Hmm. But let's wait and see what happens next episode when they try. Tommy will be messing with us. Like I said, I just don't like when they're bringing in women who have accomplished so much, right? Women who have accomplished so much. Look at her, system engineer. She owns her own dancing studio. And I'm going to talk about this over and over again. She has hired Black women in this dancing studio. The people, if you go to her website, all the girls that are on her website, Black, beautiful girls. Oh, Jesus. I love it. I love it. You know, and then so when you don't want to bring her, don't waste her time. Don't waste her time. Don't bring her to a date with a guy who's saying, you know what, I can only pay a bill of two, a bill of two, a bill of two, a bill or two. Mm-mm. This girl can pay everything. So don't do that. Don't do that. Mm-mm. Don't do that. And we can also compare these hugs. Look at that hug. And look at that hug. And then, Lord, look at that hug. Ah, we are here for this hug, right? So the problem I have with this is, the only problem I have actually between this and the last episode, I mean the last season, is because um Cliff has his eyes on Joy, Joy has his eyes on Cliff. We love them. We just didn't care about maybe Camille and Cornelius of the last season. Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave me alone. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to compare the two because production want us to fall in love with these two. Okay, even forget about the last season of Cornelius and Camille. Forget about that. We also want to fall in love with these two. And I hope when Paul was being sent home no, when they met on this date, and Precious is telling him, the girls feel like you're not opening up. He has the audacity to say, you know, some people just cannot handle the truth. And that's something you have to look, it's something about you, not me. Paul, sit down. Sit down, Paul. You're lucky that you are saved by this beautiful girl, 32-year-old. Okay? You're lucky. So sit down. Mm-hmm. In fact, I thought that Paul was going to go home. Seriously. I never thought that Cornelius is going to go home. But then again, I did not know about that. So, I did not know about that. So, listen. Listen, I'm going to leave this cat alone. Yes, let me leave it alone. I mean... I mean, this guy is talking about business. He's talking about, how my mom, how I would go out, I would do shopping for people and all that and all that. And then this guy is saying, you know what? Just paint my cat. Paint my cat. I lost my cat. The African genes in me cannot permit me, allow me, give me permission to understand. But guys, listen. I don't know. I give up. I surrender. Cornelius, I liked Cornelius. I really did. I liked him. And actually thought that he's a good fit for Ace. But Ace, this dude is not a good fit for you. He's not. He's not a good fit for you. He's not. She's cool, calm, and collected. This dude is messy. He's messy. He's messy. He's asking Joy, we can play around. I mean, we can play. No, he's messy. He's messy. And I don't understand why Carmen was talking about, Cliff is my strongest connection when you went on a date with him. And I thought that you guys had a good conversation. But Cliff ain't playing with you. Cliff is like, baby Jesus, with your blue contacts. And Carmen is beautiful. Oh my God. Did you guys see her with that green dress when she was coming to the ladies' lounge? Now, going forward, if there's a strong connection that happens between these two, okay, if there's a strong connection that happens between these two, I think AP is going to go home. Okay, is going to go home because I don't see any connection between her and Demetrius that she's interested in. I don't think I don't know. I don't think. I mean, if the guy has to choose between Sabrina and her, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, confessions. I'm gonna leave the cat alone. Ellen, I'm leaving the cat alone. It just made me not sleep well last night. I was like, what? What? I mean, what? What? But I give up. I do give up. I give up. Listen, I know Eric was. Oh, listen, for Eric, when Eric was introduced and, they had this cute date, look at that. Look at them. Look at that. And he talked about, his uncle is going through cancer, and Dakia said, you know what? Look at how Dakia was looking. Look, here are my boobs. Here it's me. My hair is good. My necklace is fabulous. My makeup is on point. And then she stands when she was trying to hug him. So that, listen, look at the full picture. This is who I am. Who is gonna say no to that? Who is gonna say no to that? Nobody can say no to that. Look at that. And Eric's like, oh my gosh. But they have so much in common, right? So the two are system engineers. I was like, hallelujah. And Dakia talked about how she went through cancer, cervical cancer, and she didn't have to go through chemo. Thank Jesus. And on that point, I feel like, if you are in this country, you are so blessed, and you don't realize how much you're blessed to be in this country, right? Because if you're from where I come from, people are dying of this kind of cancer. It's just sad. It's really sad that, we don't have any access to medical health like people here in America do. And until you don't have that, you don't realize how blessed you are. Until you don't have that access to, I want to go see my doctor. I don't have to pay anything. Even if it's a co-payment, it's like $10, $5 or whatever. That depends on what insurance you have, right? In my country, you are put in line. You'll be like, come see me in 3 months. By the time you're coming to see the doctor, you're messed up. Like, the cancer has gone everywhere. It's a sad story. You see, women come, especially breast cancer, is just, it's just too much. It's just too much. But I want Americans to know how blessed they are. Appreciate it. Realize that it's a blessing to be born and raised here. Because if you're from where I come from, women who come in with breast cancer, they say, my boob has been, I have this bump, it's been paining me. I need to see this doctor, right? And then you're told, the doctor is not going to see you now. The doctor is going to be seeing you in about a month, 2 months from now. So you go back home. By the time you come to the doctor, you are coming just because of the boob. Oh, the cancer is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about it. It's just sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. But appreciate. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be born and raised here. So it's really a blessing. It's really a blessing. But let's go back to Ready to Love. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. But it's because I think they were talking about that and they had so much in common. Eric is talking about his uncle who is going through cancer treatment. Uh, Dakia is talking about um, she went through cervical cancer. And that brought me that really hit me hard. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, the opportunities you have in this country that many other people don't have, right? And until you get to that point, you read, until you get up in the morning, when you get up in the morning and you're yawning and you're stretching your arms, you think that everything is normal. No, it's not. There are people who just get up in the morning and they cannot even stretch their arms, right? There are people who get up in the morning, they are not even able to leave their bed. But if you're not in that position, you're not going to be able to understand that. And that's the same thing with this cancer thing. You know, if you're able to go see your doctor, if you're able to go make that appointment, you'll be like, or if you're able to call that 911 and somebody's coming to pick you up and take you to the hospital. Sis, we don't have that. In fact, who are you calling? What? 911? Ah, Lord, listen. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But anyway, let's get to back to Ready to Love. I'm sorry, you guys. Yes, I know, I know, I know. Yeah, I know. He talked about his uncle and he said, my uncle is in remission. It's a blessing. It's really a blessing. But that's what they get to connect because then you realize, you know, life is more precious, right? Getting up in the morning and it's a blessing. You getting up in the morning and saying hello to everybody you love and calling your parents and saying hello, it is a blessing. And that's deep for them. These two guys, that's deep for them. They realize life is precious, and I hope that they can connect deeper. And I don't have a problem with him saying, I see something interesting with Joy. I see something interesting in S. Go ahead, do that. Do that. But it has to be more than physical. There has to be something that is connecting you more than physical because that physical is going to fade away. I'm telling you. It's going to fade away. So hoping, listen, I'm rooting for these two. I'm also rooting for these two guys. I'm rooting for those two. I am also rooting for these two guys. Okay. This dude over here, this dude, I don't know about him. I don't know about him. And I didn't know that Cornelius was so afraid of commitment until they did that date with Dakia. Not the date, but when Dakia pulled him aside, they said, well, let's talk about it. I didn't know that he was so afraid about it. Hmm? Yes, beyond the walls. I'm telling you. But I also, guys, whoever is doing production this time, let us give him kudos because I loved this conversation. Okay, I loved that conversation. I also loved this conversation. I loved it. I loved that conversation because sometimes you're like, oh my gosh. But also, I have to say this: when Cornelius was sent home, when Cornelius was sent home, when Cornelius was sent home, okay, when Cornelius was sent home, I was like, hey, bruh, I don't think Cornelius met Carmen. Did he? I don't remember him. I don't remember him meeting with Carmen. Maybe they would have had a connection. But then again, I don't think she would have cared for that cat. Oh, Lord, forgive me. But you guys, when you go out there, you're looking for love. Um, look for somebody. Look for somebody who's gonna do that. Raise their hand. Say, "Excuse me, you are wrong on that one. You really are wrong on that one. He's a good guy. He balances me. Look for that one." Okay, Confessions, LNV, Demeter, look for beyond the walls. Try and look for that kind of a dude. I think this is true love. They should be able. Production, excuse me. Show us more of this. Show us more of this. I really want to see it because she's fighting for this dude. And the dude is coming here when he's being sent home. He's being told, you know what? You need to go home. He's like, you know what? If somebody cannot handle the truth, you have a problem with yourself. What truth, Paul? P.O. What truth? Sit down. Really? What truth are you talking about? Uh-uh. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh boy. Anyway, so they're gonna introduce some new people next week. I am here for it. I love you guys, Damita, LNV, Confessions. Oh my gosh, you guys, Beyond the Wall. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. And Confessions. We need to do we have to do growing up hip hop. Listen, because I have so much to say about that. So let's do that before the next episode. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all.